Hello and welcome to the Suburbanites podcast. I'm Connor.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Nick.
What?
Nothing.
You laugh every time I do the intro.
It's such a funny voice, right?
Jack said he did a voice before we started recording, and he does a voice.
You do a voice.
Well, anyway, I forgot to mention last week that I mentioned at the end, but I probably should mention at the beginning. We're now on Facebook. So we're Facebook.
Keeping up with the times, you youngsters.
Quite. We were already on Twitter, but now we're on Facebook. Facebook.com/Suburbanites Podcast.
It feels like we're regressing through the social media, so look us up next week at myspace.suburbanites.com.
Can we please?
No.
Oh, man.
I never had a MySpace, so I'm not going to start. Then we'll go to AIM.
I feel like we were all a little too young for MySpace. It was past right by the time we were making social media accounts.
Yes.
I started on Facebook.
Yeah.
All right. So let's kick it off here. Did you, I know Jack was there. Nick, did you see the Power Rangers short film?
I heard a lot about it and I've seen clips, but I haven't seen the whole thing.
It was amazing.
It was.
Well, now I gotta watch it.
Yeah. So, these people, I don't know if they kickstarted it, but they did a short film that is basically rated R Power Rangers. So there's lots of violence, and it's basically them grown up. Mm. And it was amazing.
Yeah, I didn't remember much about Power Rangers. I watched it as a kid.
I was a huge Power Rangers fan.
But it was
incredible.
The action sequences, for a fan-made film, that choreography was spectacular.
There was one shot of choreography that was just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
You don't see that in most movies.
The Black Power Ranger?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
I think it's a really awesome concept. I'm glad.
But they're taking some heat.
Did it. I heard about that.
Yeah.
Why are they taking
Apparently the Green Ranger denounced it.
Ooh.
Oh no.
I mean, if you got a Ranger denouncing it, that's not good.
But I mean, it was awesome.
It was.
I don't care what the Green Ranger
He's gonna
says.
call his Dragon Megazord and stomp the production theater.
But the Saban, right? The Saban, the production company that's behind Power Rangers, they apparently took it down from YouTube.
Oh no.
So they had to repost it on Vimeo or
Classy.
something.
Thank you, Vimeo.
Right?
Yeah.
Or other havens on the internet where you can post things that have been taken down.
Dude, Vimeo saved both the Power Rangers video as well as the Blurred Lines music video.
Jack is a big fan of the original Blurred Lines music video.
Not the one with the goat covering up certain things.
I did not see the original music video.
Nope.
I heard there was naked chicks.
Yes.
Well, topless chicks.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that song, so I didn't really bother to watch a music video.
You don't
watch it for the song. Yeah.
It's not for the song.
You could put it on mute. It would still be pretty good.
Let's be perfectly clear about our intentions.
#thick.
My absolute favorite part of that was when they all just gesture at a wall with big silver Mylar balloons spelling out Robin Thicke has a big dick.
Is that
Stay classy music industry. I swear to God it's in there.
Yep.
I don't believe you.
Watch Vimeo.
I guess we're going to have to watch it.
I'll put it in the link dump. Right. So, in addition to the Power Rangers music video,
that would be amazing. Oh my God.
Blurred Lines starring the Power Rangers.
We looked up the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers intro as soon as it was over, and we had a nostalgia trip.
It was worth it. Oh my God.
And I did not realize that the original song is actually 5 minutes long, the intro to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and it's just as cool.
Yes.
It's not just Go Go Power Rangers for 5 minutes, is it?
Nope. There's verses to it.
Oh my God.
Highly recommend.
It's a baller.
it's a banger.
Say.
It is, as the kids say, a banger.
Oh, it's not a baller? Is that the wrong word?
It can be either.
Okay. Yeah, they're the same thing.
I've heard both.
6-1.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel like I watched Power Rangers for too long, because now you guys talking about it has got me thinking about not just Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
The dinosaurs?
But all the successive iterations.
Was it Ninja Power Rangers?
Dude, Dinosaur Power Rangers, Ninja Power Rangers in space.
Oh, I didn't hear about
I
Power
only
Rangers
watched... I watched a little... I caught the end of Mighty Morphin when I was growing up, and then I was into Time Force. Time Force was mine.
Time Force.
That was right. There was it was Mighty Morphin, and then there was one after, and then there was Time Force.
All I remember is the number one coolest thing from the Dinosaur themed Power Rangers,
right?
Was the guy who played the Black Ranger, who was their teacher, was not only the same actor as the guy who played the Green Ranger, which it must have been like 10, 15 years ago, because now he's like a middle-aged guy.
Yeah.
They kept it through, like, in the continuity.
It was canon?
That he used to be the Green Ranger in the Mighty Morphin days, and then as he grew up, he, like, got a job as a teacher, and the third or fourth generation of Power Rangers grew up, and he was like their mentor, but then
That's
eventually
amazing.
he got pressed back into service as the new Black Ranger.
Oh my god.
That's incredible.
I'm just gonna go back and watch Power Rangers now.
There's canon in Power Rangers?
It's like a through line from Mighty Morphin to Dino Rangers that
Yes.
originally struck me as so unnecessary, but retrospectively
That's so
is
cool.
so cool, right?
I love it.
Just the thought that went into that.
Mm-hmm. That dude was so many Rangers. Oh, I think that's he has the record because it wasn't just a random comeback. His name was
Tommy?
Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy, thank you.
I
don't
knew
know
that
if I
from the
should
short
snap
film.
into this. Yeah. So Tommy has, I think, the record for the most appearances as a Ranger. Like, he was the Green Ranger in the original one, and then
Right.
he was like the one right after that, Turbo Rangers or something
It
like
was
that.
Stars. No, I'll look it up.
Star
but
something
yeah.
where they
Fact
went
check.
into space. He was involved in that as, I think, the Red Ranger, and then like a couple other things while he was still young. So I think he has the record for most appearances as a Power Ranger, and the last one was when he comes back in the Dino Force or whatever as the Black Ranger.
Well, he gets to brag about that one.
Right?
Most Rangers.
Hey, baby.
Yo.
Guess who's got 2 thumbs and has played the most successive Power Rangers characters in history? This guy.
Nick's putting up his thumbs. Pointing at
Right.
him.
Audio.
Yeah. I forget often.
Lightspeed Rescue.
Lightspeed Rescue!
And then it was Time Force after Lightspeed Rescue.
Everybody loves jokes about the format.
Yeah, I mean, we were all big Power Rangers fans as kids, as you can probably tell.
Fairly abundantly, clearly.
And Nick, you were saying yesterday or a day before that you could do any theme song from. Was that you? That was you, right?
If I say no, are you not going to make me sing one of the themes?
No. You don't have to.
All right.
But a couple days ago, Nick was like, I could sing any theme song if you just name the show.
It's both a gift and a curse.
Yes.
And he was right. Every single theme song, he just killed it. Even the Courage the Cowardly Dog one, where I was like, name it, and you were like, it's not a theme song, it's a monologue.
Feeling sassy that day.
Indeed.
Right. So GDC, which I don't know what it stands for, but it's a big entertainment convention, was this weekend or last weekend, and there's some big things to come out of GDC,
Oh.
including a new console.
Oh, tell us more,
Wow.
Connor.
So Nvedia, Nick, you're pretty PC savvy, so or you know more than both of us about PC things.
I
do?
know my way around a personal computer.
That
With
says
the
to me
games.
that you guys know very little about PCs because I do not.
Well, Nvidia, the people who make graphics cards,
Yes.
they're coming out with a new console called the Shield, and it's basically an Android console. So it has the Google Play Store on it, and it's basically coming out with new games, but for now they're just kind of sticking to old games like the Walking Dead series, the Telltale series, and Dying Light and
Oh, that's
Shadow
cool.
of Mordor. So they're like
Oh,
kind of bringing
cool.
those to this new console.
Mm.
And so some specifics: the set-top box and console hybrid. This is from IGN, and hybrid packs a Tegra X1 processor. Apparently that's good. Which sports
Sounds pretty good.
3 gigabytes of memory, a micro SD slot,
Want that one.
HDMI port,
It's good.
and then Wi-Fi
HDMI.
connections. All this other stuff, I don't even know what it means, so I'm not even going to bother saying it.
Wi-Fi is wireless.
Apparently, a lot of impressive things, and they make graphics cards. So I mean, they
Trust the graphics.
yeah, I suppose you should. But I mean, new console kind of throwing itself into the ring, I suppose.
Oh.
And we haven't really seen that, really. We've seen, like, the Oculus, which is, like, VR.
Yeah.
There's the
that's-
game sphere. It's spherical.
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 But yeah, we haven't really seen a new person kind of throw their hat into
Yeah.
the ring, console-wise.
I mean, the Oculus is essentially a peripheral, too. It's
Yeah.
not even, like, really a console. Like, it's meant to be, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like it's
I
meant to
don't
be
know what
used
you're
with
talking
the other-
about.
The Oculus Rift?
Nope. Got
You've
no
never,
clue.
not
You
once.
never heard of this?
Nope.
It's basically a pair of goggles you wear,
Huh.
and it basically immerses you in the game. And they did Half-Life 2, I know. They like brought
They've done
Half-Life 2
all
into
kinds
it.
of things, and now they're making original things for the Oculus via the PC.
Mm.
It's like this big headset you wear, and it projects in 3 dimensions and very real.
Do you sit
seeming-
down while playing?
You
or
can
do you,
sit down or stand up.
But don't you like run into wall? Do you have to play in
You're
like an
not
open
meant
field?
to move around.
Yeah,
Or
you
is
have a
it like-
controller.
Jack,
like in
you-
a farm?
you play the game with a controller. You view the game through a VR headset.
Okay, I thought I was like
No.
walking around.
Do you have to play the game in a field?
You
Yes.
need room.
Bouncing off of that, something that also came out of GDC.
Oh snap!
Valve is making a VR headset, and it's actually VR. They put you in a giant room, like a cube, and they made you wear a giant headset, and they strapped you up to a bunch of things, and there's no controller.
This sounds both amazing and terrifying.
You laughed at me.
I'd be abducted by Valve.
I mean, Gabe Newell, he could... I'd be abducted by Gabe Newell.
Do what you gotta do, Gabe.
I mean, apparently at GDC there was just this huge cube, and they just put you in there, and they threw on a headset, and they connected you to a bunch of wires, and there's
That's
like
a terrifying
Physically,
part
like,
right
is this
there.
like the Matrix thing?
No.
Okay.
to the headset.
To the headset.
And there was a cooking game, apparently, where
You
that's
virtual
the
cooking.
latest in VR technology is a cooking game.
I love the concept that here you are at GDC, this crazy awesome thing, and you're going, oh my god, it's Valve, and they have a new system. They take you into a cube, and they hook you up to all these wires, and you turn on the game, and a bright light appears before your eyes, and it's Cooking Mama. You're playing Cooking Mama.
You have the
Mama.
opportunity to go like other worlds, like fight aliens or something like that. But no, it's cooking. That thing I have to do to make food.
Cooking, a great video game. You know that thing we do so that we don't starve?
Right.
Swimming, the game. Objective, don't drown.
But yeah, apparently you could it involved your hands, so there's no console. I mean, there's no controller, and
And you can't hurt yourself with knives. Smart.
yeah, I shut up, Jack. But yeah, it's a cube. So again, I'm getting this from IGN, and the guy from IGN was on video talking about this, and he said that he could walk around the cube, and it definitely had like boundaries in the game in which the cube ended, per se.
Wow.
So his perception of the game ended with the cube.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So he
awesome.
didn't walk into the cube.
Yeah.
They don't need fields.
You will have to be very careful, game devs, when programming that.
Yeah, because he
if
said...
you don't program the boundaries of the player's sight to match the room, you will get people walking into things.
Yeah.
It'll be
And-
so funny though.
That would be phenomenal.
It's like the Wii when they said tie the wrist strap to you so you
You
don't
better
throw
wear that
TVs.
wrist strap
so you don't throw your Wiimote through your TV,
or through your brother.
depending on what you're playing. But yeah, apparently there was a Portal demo, and it's not Portal 3 by any means, but apparently
Because of course it's not. Because no one at Valve can count to 3.
yes.
That's funny. I get the reference.
You get it, Jack?
It's A, we said the reference, and B.
Maybe I wasn't.
But
paying
apparently they were in this testing room, and the two robots from Portal, Peabody and
Atlas.
Atlas.
attention. Yeah, Alice.
Shut up, Jack. And they came in, and you got to like dismantle them, and
Whoa.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then at the end, the whole testing room just kind of like not exploded, but like deconstructed as it does in Portal, and GLaDOS is right there, like in your face. And so the guy said it was nuts because it's like you feel like it's in front of your face because it's virtual reality,
That's crazy.
rather than on a TV in front of you with
Yeah.
a controller.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And
Now, where
GLaDOS
can
was
I-
all saying
Can I
stuff.
buy the cube? Like, is it for sale?
I understand that the cube is like a room-sized cube. Jack.
Yeah, but like, could I get it?
And what, just like put it in your backyard?
It's kinda-
What do you want?
I don't know.
You can buy a cube. I don't think that the cube was an integral part of the experience. I think
I
the
feel
cube
it
was
was.
a
The cube was
venue.
just the cube was just the venue, the boundaries of.
But like, would the game come with the cube? Or is
No.
it like,
No, Jack. The cube is
Then I
down
have to
you,
play
man.
with the field now again.
But yeah, this was the beta, the far alpha beta, whatever. Like this is just starting in this VR technology, so I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
It sounds impressive.
Yeah, I'll probably link the video because it's It was pretty awesome because the guy had just stepped out of the demo
that's
and
cool.
talked about it. Yeah.
That's very cool. With all this new console stuff, I'm sort of two minds of that. I feel like it's either going to be sort of the breath of fresh air that I think console gaming could really use.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of getting sick of these whole console wars shenanigans and
For sure.
Sony and Microsoft just getting to release slightly updated versions of the same thing because we don't have any better options.
Exactly. And that's what we said on a couple podcasts ago when we were talking about games. It's like there's so little new next-gen games.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what did I see on the shelves? I saw Titanfall, which was admittedly new.
Yeah.
I saw Tomb Raider, the Definitive Edition. I saw The Last of Us Remastered.
Ooh, definitive.
Yeah. I saw Borderlands Definitive Edition. I like all these just remasters.
Exactly. I mean, and not to knock either one of them because obviously they both got their problems, but I recall, I think, that being a real problem for PlayStation. Like the PS4 launched with like 2 titles.
Games,
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is ridiculous. And
from what I hear, if you want games, you go to Xbox One. If you want, like,
not
powerful...
to get jerked around by Microsoft.
Yeah. True.
Kind of.
Yeah, I actually did get jerked around by Microsoft. I'll tell that story later. But,
yeah, so like I was saying...
if you want the technology, you go to PS4.
Yeah.
And the performance.
Of two minds with that. I hope so much that these other guys, these consoles or, game-changing peripherals or whatever... are successful so that someone else actually throws their hat in the ring.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm worried that it's like what's going to happen whenever another MMO throws its hat into that ring and World of Warcraft just decimates it. I'm afraid that the industry as it stands now, or that the big AAA console thing as it stands now, is not something that anyone can break into.
Yeah, that's why I'm so excited about the Shield as well, because it's just... you don't see people throwing their hat into the ring anymore. It's
exactly
Nintendo, it's Microsoft, and it's Sony. That's it. And nobody contests it. Nobody challenges it. Like, people frame their businesses around making things compatible with Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo.
I also just realized that in that whole thing about that whole big speech about consoles and console wars and all of that, I entirely did not mention Nintendo.
Yeah.
So take from that what you may.
But yeah, hopefully... there's no more PC Master Race with this whole VR thing. VR Master Race.
And the glorious PC Master Race. VR Master Race would be fantastic. That's the future, man.
Yeah. If I didn't say it, VR means virtual reality for those.
Thank you.
Jack, did you not know?
I really didn't know. I was nodding my head like, I understand, but no.
I feel slightly bad for that because we would have mocked you.
I don't know how
anyway.
Did I introduce the topic by saying VR? Or did
you said VR, man.
Oh,
even
man.
Even if you said virtual reality,
we lost 4 viewers
with
that.
And the ticker line plummets.
So, in the same gaming vein, because there's been a lot of gaming news this week, Bethesda, the people who do Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls, in addition to Fallout and other things, they have their official conference at E3, the big gaming convention. They're having their own conference, which is big for a publisher.
Now, is it like a UN kind of thing? Like they get into it?
No.
I don't know how gaming conferences work.
Should we explain like E3 and the entire concept to Jack?
I'll catch
E3
up.
is basically where developers come to bring their new shit.
Yeah, Electronic Arts Expo. No.
Yeah, would it be
Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Electronic Entertainment Expo, thank you. Electronic Arts Expo would just be EA talking about things. Yeah, Electronics and Entertainment Expo. It's where all the big video game, like the console developers and the game developers and everyone comes to talk about what's going on in the next year.
Right, and
it's like the biggest party in video games.
Yeah, it's usually like we said, Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, and they have their own like things. So, but Bethesda is somebody who produces games rather than makes the consoles that play the games. So that's kind of unheard of for. Or it may be heard of. I don't know. EA does it. EA has their own panel, but like they're huge. But like Bethesda's kind of smaller compared to a huge company like EA.
At least compared to EA, certainly.
Yeah.
And Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. It's a whole other thing.
But it's cool because Bethesda is such a prominent name in the video game industry, and people are speculating: could there be Fallout 4 coming out of this conference? Could there be a new Elder Scrolls coming out of this conference?
I don't know.
And people are freaking out.
I hope it's the new Elder Scrolls.
Oh yeah, aren't we all?
Yep.
Skyrim was good.
Skyrim was
so
great.
good.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And I think this is. Oh, actually, I have two more things about video games. So Valve, we're going back to Valve. They're doing this is like primarily for PC gamers. They're doing the Source 2 engine. So they run all their games off of the revolutionary Source engine, and they're updating it, which is pretty landmark, per se. And that's all I have about that. Rock Band 4.
No way! Rock Band 4.
Rock Band 4 is happening.
Everybody's favorite party. It's the best party game, right?
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Have they released any songs?
I didn't really read up on it,
All right.
but it is confirmed.
Awesome.
I mean, unless they've lost the licensing rights, and I'm not a lawyer, I don't know how.
You're my fake lawyer, though.
I might be a fake lawyer. I'm not a real lawyer, and I don't understand exactly how holding the rights to use that music in their games works. But even if they just have the catalog they already have, I would be happy to have access to it in an entirely new game.
That's true.
And I mean, if they're bringing it to next gen, like, what are they going to bring to the next gen? It's an interesting thought, and it's like, pull those plastic instruments out of your cupboards because it's coming back. Because it kind of lapsed after Guitar Hero 6.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero, whatever.
Yeah, everybody just kind of forgot about it. And then DJ Hero got canceled, and I got sad.
Mom, get my tiny plastic turntables, guitar, bass, drums set,
and mic.
My tiny plastic microphone.
That's actually what we're recording on right now, is the Guitar Hero
The Guitar Hero microphone. Jack, meanwhile, sitting in the corner, strumming merrily away at the Guitar Hero guitar.
Oh, no, I'm a microphone guy. I couldn't, get my pinky to hit the orange button.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get, past medium.
I was an expert player. Not to brag,
Ooh.
but I beat Guitar Hero 3 on expert.
I suppose Jack and I are just filthy casuals.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
No, I enjoyed playing bass on easy mode, so I could just get into a bass groove with only having to hit 3 keys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything else beyond singing was totally beyond me.
It was
drums,
cool.
I just got mad. It wouldn't,
I couldn't do the foot pedal.
I think I'm too weak for the drums. It really wouldn't respond to me hitting it.
Drums, I just get terrified.
I mean, I couldn't. My foot got really agitated in the foot pedal position.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
My legs are so long, so it kind of cramped up my legs.
You understand my pain.
Yeah. World's tiniest violin, I know.
Yeah.
Again, Jack, visual.
Yeah, that was just for him.
But yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, I had a guitar. Those kind of games, the rhythm games, kind of resonate with me because that was a huge thing that I was into.
Yeah.
Because I worked my way up. I climbed the hierarchy from easy to expert.
The classic American success story.
But they were so big. Do you remember the girl, that 6-year-old girl who could play Through the Fire and Flames on expert? And she was headlining the news. Shit like that was daily with this Guitar Hero thing. It was crazy. I remember G3 or G4. They would go around and they would find the people who were nasty at Guitar Hero. It used to be so prominent.
Yeah, I mean that's essentially how Freddie Wong. Does anyone know who Freddie Wong is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Not.
Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Video game high school guy.
Jack. Yeah, actually, the fact that you said rhythm gaming and that being your thing made me think of video game high school already. But even more so, Freddie Wong, YouTube creator and video producer, was essentially got his first big push to popularity through his mad Guitar Hero skills.
Really? I didn't know that.
Freddie Wong is dirty on Rock Band guitar.
That's amazing.
He's unreal.
I was always a Guitar Hero guy, but I understood that Rock Band was better.
Wait, I think he might have been Guitar Hero either.
I mean, either way, they're the same game.
I was going to say, I liked Rock Band before whichever Guitar Hero iteration added the full band, and from that point on, they were the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely they were. It was just you're playing it for the songs at that point.
Exactly, and I wasn't to the point, I wasn't into either of them to the point where I was researching the differences in song catalogs.
Yeah.
So.
I was.
Which one had the better catalog?
I think that Guitar Hero has the better catalog by a tiny little margin. Because I mean, they had Freebird on Guitar Hero 2.
Oh my god!
And they had on Guitar Hero 3, they had awesome Muse songs, and they had Weezer.
Yeah.
Weezer
was awesome. Yeah.
And they had crazy ones
When You Were Young
Raining
was my
Blood by
favorite.
Slayer.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, the legendary Through the Fire and Flames.
Oh.
Through the Fire and the Flames expert difficulty.
Yeah, but then in 4 they had Dream Theater and they had Lenny Kravitz. They had Are You Gonna Go My Way? That was my favorite song to play in that game.
All right, I'm starting to come around.
That was the most fun song.
It's a solid catalog.
I couldn't get past Hit Me With Your Best Shot.
That was the third song in Guitar Hero 3.
Yeah. It was really hard. It's like a bunch of greens.
It's literally da, da-na, da-na, da-na.
It was a lot to take in.
Jack, you're a real tough cookie with a long history.
Yep. I just got that.
I just got that
I'm
as
breaking
well.
little hearts like the one in me. I can't even think about Freebird anymore without thinking of what I'm sure you guys have already talked about.
Oh yeah, Kingsman.
Arguably the greatest action scene that's just ever happened in
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Kingsman. That's it.
I don't think we need to talk more about
Segueing to movies.
Oh, perfect.
So, Avengers trailer. It seems like we talk about Marvel every goddamn week.
Yeah.
I mean, if Marvel's gonna keep releasing things that
I
are
have
discussion worthy.
Yeah, I got it.
And I mean, it was. I hate to say it because I'm not a Marvel guy, but this was discussion worthy.
I am a Marvel guy.
Quicksilver's action. I'm
Yeah.
excited for
Yeah.
Quicksilver.
We are, of course, talking about the new Avengers trailer.
Yes.
And
As you
what I
said,
really
the
liked about
Avengers
this
trailer.
Did I? Oh. Yeah. Age of Ultron. Avengers 2. So, what I liked about this trailer compared to the second trailer is that it had Ultron in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Age of Ultron.
The first one had Ultron in it, and it was awesome.
It was a cool monologue, yeah.
And then the second one didn't, and it was alright.
A little weird. Cool.
And this one was awesome because it had Ultron.
Did you guys see, like, the obvious what's going to be the poster scene? Where
Oh,
it's like,
absolutely. Yeah.
Hawkeye with the arrow.
Yep.
I just thought that was so blatantly. I was looking for the title, like, The Avengers, like, right next to it.
Whatever we gotta do to make Hawkeye look cool enough to put on a poster, man.
Right? Because he has, like, 4 arrows. Gotta use them.
Guys, you know who should be on this superhero team? We've got the Hulk, super strong and invincible. Tony Stark, billionaire genius, playboy philanthropist, power armor. Captain America, national hero,
Super Soldier.
super soldier, unbreakable shield. Even Black Widow, like
Boobs.
super spy, boobs, really, Scarlett Johansson.
It's boobs.
What if we had an archer? Does he have any superpowers? No. Super spy? Not particularly. Lots of arrows, though.
Green Arrow's in the Justice League. I mean,
Yeah, I also...
there's a facet for archers.
I don't just... I know it's silly to analyze these things from a realistic perspective, but when you have the Hulk and you're fighting, like, Hulk-caliber enemies...
And in one point in the Avengers, Hawkeye was a threat to the team, wasn't he? Because
I
he got like
refuse-
possessed.
I refused to believe it. He was
blew up a
mind controlled
battleship.
by Loki.
Yeah.
And one of his arrows completely destroyed the helicarrier, which either means that Hawkeye truly is the greatest, and like we don't need anyone other than him if he's making shots like that, or that S.H.I.E.L.D. should stop wasting what's got to be billions of dollars on helicarriers because they can be completely destroyed by one arrow from a guy.
Yep.
You know who has arrows? Conceivably everyone. It's not like it was destroyed with some kind
Was it
of...
an explosive arrow?
Yes.
Yeah, it was an explosive
Okay,
arrow,
there you
but
go.
Alright.
I liked the USB arrow. I think that was my favorite thing in the world. And wasn't he like
Shoots
five
into a
steps?
computer,
He
right?
shoots a USB tipped arrow. There's like a virus in the USB. He shoots it into a USB port in the helicarrier.
You could have just walked, like, I
could have just
my
plugged the
memory,
USB in.
from my memory, he was about like 10 feet away, and
Guys.
he's like,
Here's how you know that Hawkeye is truly the greatest archer who's ever lived. I can't plug a USB in one try when I'm sitting next to it holding the USB and the laptop. He can shoot it in from like, we gotta be like 10 yards away.
yeah. But the thing is, also, he has limited arrows, and he wasted one on a
On a
USB.
USB drive.
Something I could have done just with my hands.
Just walk up to it and plug it into the port.
Like, that's one arrow you don't have to kill a person.
Or, you know, an alien.
Or incapacitate.
or a battleship,
Or
or
make them
flying
unconscious
battleship.
because
Or a
it's
helicarrier.
PG-13. But yeah, apparently a big deal was that the Vision was at the end of the trailer.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it is.
I don't know who the Vision is.
I don't
I
either.
thought-
I have no idea.
Oh, thank
And
God.
this brings
Yeah.
us to our next point. It was really weird of them to tease the Vision like everyone should know who the Vision is. I barely know who the Vision is, and I consider myself pretty into the whole Marvel Comics, Marvel Cinematic Universe thing. I'm not in any way surprised that you guys don't know who the Vision is.
I mean,
didn't
I'm a
wanna
DC
ask.
guy.
Yeah.
If there was an obscure DC guy, I'd probably know.
No, it was incredibly weird that they teased him at the end like that.
So, Nick, who is the Vision?
He's like a robot or something.
Good.
All right, that's all I need.
I hardly know anything about him either. I think I can't remember if he's the one who sees the future, or if that's another guy.
I mean, he's called the Vision.
He's got vision. He's got vision, and really that's all you need to know.
I think it's safe to assume that he's the guy that sees the future.
Yeah.
Or he's the guy who sees something at any rate.
Yeah.
I mean, one should hope. Otherwise, it's just false advertising at that point.
Right?
He's actually blind.
Oh my, I was just about to say, what if the vision is blind?
All right, so...
An android and a member of the Avengers.
Right.
That's...
Is that all I got?
Well, presumably at some point. I hope I didn't spoil a movie that hasn't come out yet.
With this easily accessible information.
With
that you're
this
on your
easily,
phone.
yeah, I just typed in the vision on my phone because I wanted to have more than nothing to say about that.
Marvel's gonna shut us down.
Uh-oh.
Just say, no, they brought it up.
A SWAT team bursts into the room.
Okay, so I want to tell you guys about the greatest movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Or the trailer for what is going to be the greatest movie I've ever seen in my
That's a
entire life.
lot of confidence. Lay it on
This
me.
is every time he sees a movie trailer.
No.
We'll go back
So,
to the podcast.
How many of
Apparently-
the greatest movies of your life? have
Apparently,
been?
this is a sequel. I did not know this was a sequel when I saw it. In case you don't want to watch the trailer, which I highly recommend everybody watch this trailer, I'm going to break down this trailer for you.
Tell us more.
The moon was only the first step. Referencing how the Nazis wanted to, colonize
You
the
had
moon.
me at Nazis.
Yep.
The Nazis wanted to colonize the
I'm
moon.
hooked.
And
I'm
so the trailer starts with, for the Nazis, the moon was only the first step.
Jack, is this a movie about space Nazis? Because I think this.
No, the first one was, but I'll get to that.
Nazis.
This is a sequel.
Oh my god, that's right. You said this is a sequel. I'm sorry. Please keep going. I have to
So-
know how this ends.
I'm
So,
listening.
This is a trailer.
Oh,
Everything.
I'm sorry. I saw this. I saw it.
Everything blows up, and the president escapes the White House.
Everything, all of it, blown up.
The United States blows up,
All of it.
and the president escapes the White House, goes to Antarctica, goes into this one little shack, and it opens this trap door, bunch of stairs going down, goes down into the center of the Earth.
All right.
She goes into the center of the
Wait,
Earth.
she?
She, yes.
Lady President, bold step.
And then dinosaurs everywhere in the center of the Earth.
No.
No.
Tyrannosaurus Rex comes up to her, and a Nazi is riding the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yes!
And trailer end.
Is this a comedy?
Iron Sky.
No, I've seen
is,
Iron
this, is this a real
I saw
movie?
Iron Sky. I remember because I saw Iron Sky and my brother went to see the SpongeBob movie.
Iron Sky, The Coming Race. Iron Sky 2.
I remember this movie.
I wonder if the coming race, in my heart of hearts, I know it's probably not this. I hope so dearly that the coming race means that the president is going to have to challenge the Nazi to a dinosaur race.
No,
Yes.
apparently they were in cahoots. The
The
president, and the
president
Nazis.
and the dinosaur Nazis.
Yes.
After America exploded.
Because she went down into the center of the Earth,
Mhm.
and she looks up and acknowledges the dinosaur Nazi's presence.
Maybe she's just
and
used
she
to it.
smiles at him, he smiles at her.
You know, you've seen one dinosaur Nazi, you've seen them all.
Right?
But I was taken aback by how ridiculous this was. And then I found out that there was a first Iron Sky,
Yeah.
in which they tried to colonize the moon.
Watch it. Yeah, it's good.
Jack, tell us about the first Iron Sky movie.
Again, this was the same time that the SpongeBob movie came out. I can remember very little. There were planes that went into the ocean and were fine. That's all I remember.
I have to understand something. Is this a comedy?
Nope.
It was not played as a comedy.
No, at least Iron Sky was made as an action movie.
That's 1,000 times better.
Yes, this was not played as a comedy.
I
in the
don't want
trailer.
my President Nazi Space Dino Cahoots as a comedy. I want that played straight.
And apparently in the first Iron Sky, there was massive space battles between Nazis who had colonized the moon.
And dinosaurs with lasers.
Our space program.
sharks.
And our space program, which is now canceled.
Get
So-
it together, Congress.
I guess
if
we
you don't
won.
If you don't fund NASA, who are we going to have around to fight the inevitable Nazi moon colonization resurgence?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And possibly
They had this
Tyrannosaurus
huge
Rex.
Death Star thing on the moon.
Of course they did.
Can we watch
I
that
was
tonight?
like, what the
I think
hell?
that's gonna be what we watch tonight.
Yeah.
Iron Skies.
You need to get ready for the second one.
Well, I mean, clearly we have to brace ourselves. This is gonna require some doing.
Jesus Christ. So that was my what the fuck news for this week.
I'm so incredibly excited that you shared that with us.
Is just that one panel going to go down?
What?
I'm watching the trailer.
I think Jack's watching the
What
trailer.
is this?
Do they have... Is she turning into ashes?
She's turning into a lizard.
Yeah.
Guys, I think I figured out the Nazis' plan. After they blew up America, they've tricked the president into joining them in their sub-Antarctic dino fortress to infect her with the lizard virus. If you're following me... I don't know where I was going with that, but we're good.
Something's wrong with you.
Dinosaurs, Nazis, lizard viruses, President of the United States. She's trying to infect all the world leaders with lizard viruses.
This is a movie.
To turn them into dinosaurs so that they can be more easily controlled by the Nazis, whom, as we all know, have a great affinity with dinosaurs.
I'm just gonna put this out here. I'm looking at right now the female president with a lizard hand looking over an Aztec civilization with a pyramid that is shooting a laser.
Below Antarctica, yes?
Yeah, this is in the center of the earth.
In the center of the earth.
Oh, this is what's happening in the center of the earth.
Yup.
Joke's on you, geologists who thought it was a solid nickel core.
To be fair to the ridiculousness of this movie, the inside, the center of the earth looks beautiful.
Oh, no,
I was floored.
Is that Hitler?
Oh, wow, that's right.
Is Hitler on a Tyrannosaurus
Oh my god, guys, we're reviewing the video footage now, but it appears that the Nazi that the lady president meets with might indeed be Adolf Hitler.
It's Lizard Hitler.
Jack, can I see that?
That is Lizard Hitler. He's a lizard person.
Oh my
now.
god.
I will,
it
of
is
course,
without
put
a
this in
doubt.
the link dump.
It is without a doubt Adolf
And this
Hitler.
is now the thumbnail.
Why did you
Yeah,
not specify
no,
it was Lizard Hitler?
I didn't see it close up. I didn't know it was Hitler.
Check the thumbnail
we're
and
done.
you guys
We're done
will
with
see the
Iron Sky.
exact frame we're talking about.
It is Lizard Hitler. Can confirm.
10 out of 10 Lizard
That's my
Hitler.
poster.
We're done. We're done with Iron Sky.
Thank you for moderating this discussion, because if you didn't say we're done, I assure you Jack and I would spend the rest of the night talking about Iron Skies 2.
So, Bruce Willis is coming to Broadway
Yes.
in the adaptation of the Stephen King novel Misery.
Whoa.
He is to play the main character, the author in Misery.
Right.
And this is Broadway?
This is Broadway. It's
Like
going to be a staging.
singing? Or
Broadway doesn't necessarily
Jack,
make
not
musical,
everything
Jack.
on Broadway is a musical.
Jerk.
just for a second, wouldn't you want to see a musical of Misery?
I would
With
not.
Bruce Willis?
I would
Yes.
not pay money.
Nah.
Are you kidding me?
If it was, I'm with Connor. If
You're
it was
willing to
happening
pay
around,
money for Lizard Hitler?
I
but
did not say I was willing to
singing
pay money. I did not say I was
oh no
willing
no
to pay
no,
money.
we'll pay money for
I'm
Lizard
paying
Hitler.
as much money as it.
I'll pay
they
as
ask
much
me
money
for.
as Lizard Hitler needs.
I'm pretty sure, going back to
We're
Iron
paying
Sky,
it straight
going
to
back to Iron
Lizard
Sky for
Hitler.
one thought,
Straight to Lizard Hitler.
I'm pretty sure it was Kickstarted. Somebody funded
That's
this movie.
1,000 times better.
Faith in humanity
Because
restored.
of course no one actually greenlit this project. It's the same way Zach Braff gets money to make his shitty movies.
Zach Braff didn't put in Lizard Hitler.
Full disclosure, I absolutely adore Zach
Love
Braff,
Zach Braff.
but I'm not crazy about any of those movies.
Anyway, back to Misery.
Okay, yeah.
So, Bruce Willis. Is it going to be like Die Hard, but he has broken legs?
Broadway debut, man.
Yes, please.
Die Hard in the basement with broken legs?
He just, like, RKO's the little girl. I don't know why it had to be an RKO. It's not Randy Orton. It's Bruce Willis. But it's all the
You
same.
still have to.
But I'm interested.
I am. Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Maybe it'll win a Tony. Maybe Bruce Willis will get his first Tony. In addition to the multiple Oscars he has,
I was
right?
going to say to match all his Oscars and Grammys and Peabodys.
No, he's got a Blockbuster Video Award, though.
Does he really?
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know. Die Hard.
That's the equivalent of a Razzie. You don't
Yeah.
want one. It's not a good thing to have.
Segue.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Are you done?
I'm done.
I
thought
had
that
a
was
really
really
cool segue.
All right,
that's
into
interesting.
more like play stuff.
More play stuff. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Ooh, play stuff.
So have you guys ever read A Confederacy of Dunces?
No.
No, but you've been pushing it pretty hard.
Read A Confederacy of Dunces. Anyway, it's one of my favorite books. It's really funny. They made an adaptation, I think a year ago. But anyway, they're bringing it to Boston from November to
This is a
December.
play?
Yeah, this is a play now.
Oh, play adaptation.
Yep. It's really... I've heard it's really good. It's gotten really good reviews. And Nick Offerman will be playing the protagonist.
Oh, I'm already
That's
sold.
amazing.
Yeah, and it's just wonderful. He's going to be playing basically this very obese man who lives with his mother, and his mother forces him to get a job. and this is just about him going from job to job and failing miserably, and it's so funny. But just, yeah, if you're in Boston, November 11th to December 13th, please go see that play.
We should absolutely go see that.
I will.
So see it. It's
I will do
really
that.
funny.
That's great. Let's do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Welcome back to the Us Making Plans show.
Yeah, that's basically it.
So, Neill Blomkamp, director of District 9
Right.
and the less cool Elysium, and apparently the even less cool Chappie.
You Chappie.
I'm really disappointed that Chappie is apparently bad.
Have you
but
guys seen Chappie?
Not yet.
No.
No. We'll report back when I see Chappie, but apparently it's bad.
Hugh Jackman has a mullet.
It's been getting absolutely panned in the reviews.
Yeah.
What Rotten Tomatoes has it at like
30.
somewhere near 30.
Yeah.
It's racing against unfinished business. Like that's the sign something's
I
happening.
wanted it
Anyway,
so bad.
this is not new news. This is not new news, but like,
Say that one again.
No.
he's doing an Alien movie.
Oh, wait. Alien like Alien?
Like Alien.
Wow.
Are you a big Alien guy?
I have actually never seen any of those films.
Well, shit. I was kind of banking on you seeing those films, because I haven't either.
I've seen it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Both of them?
Wait, which ones?
Alien and Aliens?
Yes.
And there's more than two, right?
Yeah, but apparently
it's only two.
Apparently he didn't like the way that Aliens 3 turned out, so he is kind of basing it off of where he thinks it should go after Aliens.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a
Cool.
separate
That's
universe
smart.
canon.
Yeah.
That's some solid directorial discretion there.
I did not like Aliens. I'm just gonna say, I think
Really?
it has too much hype. I just
The
want
clear killer of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hype never been good.
It's always just like, oh, Alien was good, but Aliens. It's just no, you're
Didn't
wrong.
Peter Jackson do Aliens?
I don't know.
Or James Cameron? One of those two. Anyway,
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure it's the first greenlit by Instagram movie. Neill Blomkamp's Alien movie.
By
What?
Because
What does Instagram have
he
to
had concept art that he posted to Instagram, and he confirmed that he was doing the Alien movie through Instagram with that concept art.
Wow. So you think that he posted his concept art on his Instagram and it got so much like that, like a movie theater?
No, apparently he posted it originally.
Theaters.
Sorry, not a movie theater. That would be a production
A
studio.
distributor, a publisher.
I like the idea that movie
Apparently,
theaters.
he posted it with the original caption, I made all these sketches, sad that it won't get made. And now he's doing it.
He knew.
So apparently, either he knew and he's bullshitting us, or it got greenlit through Instagram.
Wow.
One of the two.
I don't know which would be more impressive at this
Yeah.
point.
But yeah,
Either
I
way.
mean, I don't know, I'll see it.
Yeah,
He's
sure.
getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. District 9, real good. Everything else you mentioned, not good.
I mean, I haven't seen Chappie, so I can't really speak for Chappie.
Okay, that's true. We shouldn't write Chappie off just based on reviews, because there are at least a couple of movies that I really like that don't have very good reviews.
Yes, but Elysium was not that great.
Now, at least, no, it was not.
Elysium was massively disappointing.
No.
Especially coming off of the majesty that was District 9.
Right.
Yeah.
District 9 was so good.
Yeah.
Was that his first?
That was his first directing thing.
Okay.
I think. I could be wrong.
All right.
Could be talking
Although,
about
you
my ass.
know, we've seen some fantastic directorial debuts as well recently.
Oh, that's actually on my list. We segueing into Nightcrawler. I think we talked about Nightcrawler on the very first podcast.
Did we?
I
I
you
wasn't
weren't
there for that.
But
I'm sorry.
yeah, we didn't really go
The
that
royal
much
we.
into it because I had seen it like a month after we started the podcast, or a month before we started the podcast. So we saw Nightcrawler,
We saw Nightcrawler.
I saw Nightcrawler.
and so we don't think this is going to be in our new movie podcast. So I think we could kind of talk about what we thought about it here.
It's such a good movie, but it's about so horrible a person that we all felt like we needed a shower after it had finished.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, I might consider putting it on our new movie podcast.
So, all right, then.
So keep your thoughts minimal.
All right.
Ooh.
All right. It was
Because
good.
it's a great discussion movie. I feel like.
Oh,
Good
without a doubt.
anti-hero.
Yeah, great.
This is a good plug for the other podcast.
It is. Yeah.
Go listen to it.
Go
Everybody-
listen to The Watchmen, a movie podcast of occasionally conflicting
Segueing
opinions.
from Watchmen.
Whoa.
Go set a Watchman.
There
Arthur
it
Lee.
is. There it is.
Make it a plug.
Swear we didn't plan out
I
any of
was
these
waiting.
segues. We're too good.
I
We're
was
amazing.
waiting for my prey. I was stalking it.
Like a
leopard.
lion through the
Can I
savannah.
finish my thought first?
Oh, man.
Oh.
Damn it.
The Watchmen, a movie podcast of occasionally conflicting opinions. Episode 1 now out on our SoundCloud page. Comes out the first Monday of every month. Go, Jack.
Am I good?
You're good.
Just
I gotta get the plug in there.
You
I'm sorry.
murdered the segue.
Murder the segue. Go for
You
it.
murdered. Segueing off Watchmen.
Peeking all.
Go Set a Watchmen by Harper Lee. I just want to... We already talked about it. I just want to say that the release date is confirmed for July 14th, 2015.
Hype.
You can pre-order it. And then just a little funny story.
Are we plugging Harper
Yes,
Lee's book?
all aboard the hype train.
All
plug
choo
Harper
choo.
Lee's book.
Yeah.
She's an old woman who wrote one thing fantastically, and I gotta find out if she actually was good or if she fluked To Kill a Mockingbird.
I just like the idea she dropped the mic. Like, that's it. I just write Atticus and then destroy racism with a book and then go away.
You think a lot of things destroy racism, Jack?
I think Colin...
To be fair, no, we won't spoil it. We won't spoil it.
Yeah,
No.
okay.
Is that a spoiler?
It's a Kingsman thing.
Yeah.
All right, go see Kingsman.
Please. go
And
see
read
Kingsman.
Go Set a Watchman.
Yeah. Okay, Harper Lee anecdote. So reporters are obviously really interested in Harper Lee right now because of Go Set a Watchman. So there was this one reporter who tried to talk to Harper Lee. Harper Lee is kind of a recluse. She won't talk to many people.
Yep.
And so the reporter starts talking to all her friends and family, and he starts getting the sense that maybe because of her age, she's not all there anymore. And so he writes to Harper Lee saying, look, I'm really worried that publishers are taking advantage of you and you may not want to publish this
Which
book.
was a very valid claim.
Yeah,
When
no, it was.
The first article I read about Go Set a Watchman was that these publishers might be taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
That was
exactly.
definitely a concern that a lot of people were raising around
Yeah.
the time of its announcement.
So anyway, this reporter sends her a very nice email. Just he's just concerned,
I'm
and
sure
so
he's
he
a
writes
fan.
that, and she's like, "Look, Harper Lee, I just want to let you know." And so Harper Lee responds back, and this is, by the way, the first time she has responded to any reporters about Go Set a Watchman. First one, and the email was short, and it just said, "Go away!" exclamation point. Signed Harper Lee.
What?
That's the first and most likely the last words you're going to hear from her.
What a crazy,
About this
amazing, badass old woman she must be.
Just go away. I just love that. But
A
yeah.
dick move to the reporter, though. I'm
No,
sure she could have
that's
got...
awesome.
I mean, it's awesome, but, like, she could have gotten way worse for prodding reporters.
Yeah.
He sent a very nicely worded email.
Yeah.
True.
But it's just, I love that so much. But yeah, that
That's
you guys
amazing.
run now.
That is fantastic.
Are you going to talk about Hamlet?
Oh, yes.
That's yours.
We have got a story. This is without Jack. We were just hanging out in Jack's room. He found this story, and it's just one of the best things either of us have heard about
Can we just go?
in a long time.
Let's go.
Jack and I might go to this.
Yeah.
So, in Hamlet, it takes place...
What's Hamlet?
Hamlet, the famous play by William Shakespeare,
I was
what?
kidding.
Says the poli-sci major to
The calm major.
theater nerd comedy.
Well, I knew you knew. All right. Anyway, in Hamlet,
Welcome to the Giving Nick Shit Show.
oh yes, in actual Denmark, there's a castle called Kronborg Castle, which is what they believe that Castle Elsinore was based on.
Right.
In Hamlet,
the castle that Hamlet lived in. Guys.
Okay, shut up.
1920s reporter providing background to the things I read.
Yep.
And there is currently an interactive performance by the name of Inside Hamlet going on in Kronborg Castle. That is, the best way to describe it is a Hamlet LARP. Over the course of 3 5-hour acts, 100 actors will assume the roles of royals and servants of the House of Hamlet and other related houses, creating their own story within that context.
So it's not Hamlet.
No, even beyond this, it's not the original Hamlet. It's sort of a 1935 Hamlet in an alternate universe where it says, the article we got says, imagine that it's 1935 in a world where the French Revolution never happened and the economic collapse of the late 1920s has festered for years. So it's like there's still an actually dominant royal presence in Western Europe.
Right.
And the economy is really shitty, so the peasants have all embraced Marxism and there's like a class uprising going on.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, all of the great empires of Europe have fallen to this Marxist uprising, except for whatever reason, the ruling family of Denmark.
Doing well.
Yeah, the House of Hamlet and their acquaintances and hangers-on, and they're barricading themselves inside Castle Elsinore, which is now a fortress from the unruly masses, and Fortinbras is the young prince who has allied himself with the rabble, and there are
so it's not. I thought LARPing was supposed to be like live action role playing was like there's not really a script. You just kind of go with it.
Well, that's the thing. There isn't a script for the most part. I mean, they have backgrounds, which is, unless in that LARP session. I don't LARP, but I do. I'm a big fan of like pen and paper RPGs. Vampire the Masquerade, D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't think anyone is... Whatever.
Everybody knows what D&D is, Jack.
Not even going to respond to
It
Jack.
took me a bit.
And so unless you're actually making the characters, you'll go into a LARP with like a backstory and what you're going to do. But then the action itself, as it's ongoing, unfolds, and they have all their characters, but beyond that, and a couple of plot points, like, Ophelia is going to kill herself at some point, Fortinbras will make his entrance at some point, and King Hamlet, Hamlet's father, will be murdered at some point early in the story. So only those 3 plot points from the original will be there, but beyond that, it's just 100 people in an actual castle in Denmark, live action role playing their own 1930s economic dystopic version of Hamlet.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so if you're in Denmark,
So it
this
doesn't even
weekend-
have to be like
Nope.
Claudius, it's Claudius, right?
It's
who murders.
Claudius in the story is
Yeah.
Hamlet's uncle who murders his father.
Yeah. It doesn't even have to be Claudius.
It didn't expressly say it.
That's
Just
ridiculous.
anyone could conceivably murder King Hamlet.
Hamlet could murder his father.
I want to be involved in this so bad, and part of me feels incredibly nerdy for saying that, and part of me is just so like still geeking out over
Oh,
this.
snap. It ended.
It's over?
Yeah.
What?
It started Friday.
Oh my god, the adventure's concluded.
Oh, man. I gotta look that up.
Did
See
they
what
like
happened.
film it?
I hope
That'd be
they filmed it.
amazing.
That would have been an amazing movie.
Yeah. They're definitely gonna report it.
I just like that concept anyway. I don't usually go in for modern reinterpretations of classic literature set in antiquity, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like the Romeo and Juliet.
Baz Luhrmann.
Oh my god, Baz Luhrmann's what I refer to as Romeo plus Juliet, where they keep all of... For those of you who aren't familiar with Baz Luhrmann's interpretation of Romeo and Juliet, it's ludicrous. It's so stupid but so funny. It's set in the city of Verona, which is like now an American city in the 80s.
Yeah.
The Capulets and Montagues are like essentially
Gangs,
families.
And it's
The
Leonardo
prince-
DiCaprio as
Leonardo DiCaprio
Romeo.
as Romeo. The prince is Captain Prince of the Verona Police Department. Even crazier than all of that, though, they keep 100% of the original dialogue from Hamlet. So, like, there's a gang war going on, and Lord Montague is in his limo, and he yells, "Fetch me my longsword, ho!" And a woman hands him a shotgun with longsword written on the side, and he steps out with the
That's
That was
shotgun.
my
amazing.
favorite scene ever.
It's unreal.
I've only seen bits and pieces of it.
No. The whole Queen Mab speech, for those of you who are familiar, is not about some ethereal concept of dream. It's about ecstasy.
I forgot about that one.
Yep. What's his name? Who gives the Queen Mab speech?
It's
Begins with an M.
oh my gosh, Mercutio.
Mercutio, thank you. Mercutio is a real
Hello.
character in
I remember that
film.
speech now.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
About ecstasy.
It's just X. There's nothing else
So-
going on.
So, moving on, because we got like 2 more points to talk about before we wrap up here.
All right.
Jack, I wanted to talk about, unless you want to talk about anything, I want to talk about the Freddie Highmore thing that you talked to me
Oh,
about.
yeah.
So, it was your story, so it's all you.
Oh, I just read the headline.
Oh, you just read the headline?
Yeah.
Solid.
Well,
I've got a story if you want to.
So-
we can mention Highmore, but I've got a story to fill it.
Okay. So Freddie Highmore, the kid from Bates Motel, and also Charlie from the recent Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh.
Amazing actor, and he said, what did he say? He would love to be considered for the role of Peter Parker in the new Spider-Man.
Yep.
Donnie Glover.
It would be so cool if Donnie Glover did it.
Give me a
Just 'cause
challenge,
Donald's-
Spider-Man.
Donald Glover, like Childish
Or
Gambino, like the
Yeah,
rapper?
Yeah.
He's expressing.
Wait, did I say Danny Glover?
No, you said Donnie Glover.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just never heard Donnie Glover before.
Oh, you've got to
Childish
watch
Gambino.
his stand up. He talks about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
But he actually, that's funny because he played Spider-Man
Yeah, he
in an
voiced
alternate
Spider-Man
universe.
in one of the
Animated
I
series,
forget
yeah.
what it's called. Spider-Man Unlimited.
Yeah.
Or Spider-Man 2000 or something.
One of the
like that.
alternate universes.
Thank you. No, it's like Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah. In the alternate universes
yeah.
of Spider-Man, he actually voiced
like
him.
the only black Spider-Man that there have ever been. And, of course, a lot now, people are pushing a lot more for broader representation in comic books. Thor is a woman, and Captain America is being replaced by the guy who used to be the Falcon, who is black. So, I don't know. I think a black Spider-Man would be neat.
That'd be cool.
I mean, honestly, it's not a race thing. I just want to see him as Peter. Like, people are making this like a really like revolutionary thing, and and I just want to see him as he seems like so funny and he fits the character so
he'd be
perfectly.
fantastic.
Yeah.
He really does fit
Also,
the character
amazing
very,
rapper.
very well.
Everybody go
Also,
listen.
3005. Can he just sing that as Spider-Man, like as he's swinging across the buildings?
Maybe instead of a photographer, his Peter Parker will be a rapper.
He's a rapper.
An aspiring rapper.
But like either Freddie Highmore or Donald Glover, like those
Either
are
way.
two amazing actors
It's
that I
a
would love
win-win.
to see.
That's
Yeah.
either of those really would be fantastic.
Yep.
Right.
Get on it, casting directors of the new Spider-Man.
And like he might be in Avengers too.
Yes, because Sony. I can't believe we didn't talk about that. Sony and Marvel are. Is it
Compromised.
official or are
I'm
they
pretty sure it's official.
almost reconciled? Then they finally reconciled over the Spider-Man split.
Because apparently they had to out Andrew Garfield though, which is kind of disappointing.
Yeah, he did a good job.
I really did think he did. I thought he did a great job.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I'm sorry to Andrew Garfield, but I'd rather see him go than and reunite the Marvel universe in cinema. The way it should
Now
be.
we just need X-Men.
I mean, it will never.
Never.
happen with
Fox
X-Men.
is too.
No, Fox will not give them X-Men.
Yeah.
Never.
Apparently, Marvel actually started cutting like X-Men out of their main kind of like on their giant 50th anniversary or whatever Marvel
They
poster.
just
There's
cut it.
no X-Men.
Well, the Civil War storyline is coming up, and many X-Men play a huge part in that for comic book nerdy reasons. They don't like the Superhuman Registration Act. But yeah, it's going to be a little disappointing if they get cut completely out of the superhero Civil War, but it's what it's going to be.
Yeah. So what were you gonna say, Jack?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Your story.
Oh, I went way tangenty on
No.
that.
I actually that was interesting. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut that other one. But I just saw a commercial or a trailer for a really good documentary called Raiders: The Story of the Greatest Fan Film Ever Made.
Yeah. Tell me about this.
It was really cool. So in 1982, like these two kids, like two best friends, they saw Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark, and they loved it so much that they wanted to make a shot-for-shot remake of this. And they're like 12-year-old kids, like 10, 12-year-old kids. And so they make almost all of it. And then for some reason they like break up as friends or something like that. Something like that. But they're reunited as like adults to make this. They have one last scene to do or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, and so one of these
so
like,
theatrical.
yeah, right? Shut up.
How
But,
theatrically cliche, but also amazing.
And so this actor finds like the video, and so that's what makes them like reunite. They try and get them to come back together, and they fund the last scene to make it like really legit.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it's the airplane scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Wow.
where it's like the fight, and it looks really like a really interesting movie. Like, yes, theatrical and all that stuff, but it does look like a very interesting story. I saw some clips of the actual like fan
And this is
film.
the story of it?
The story of like
The kids?
of the kids. Yeah,
Is this a real thing?
yeah, it's a real thing. Like that fan film exists. Like I haven't found it on
That's
the internet,
amazing.
but I saw clips of it. It looks really good.
I just like the concept that when this project is finished, there will be a movie that is 99% two kids acting
Yep.
out their best attempt. I'm assuming because they're kids.
Yeah.
Their best attempt at a shot-for-shot remake of Raiders, and one scene will be them as grown
Yep.
men in like cinematic quality.
It's really funny watching them because they have like actual explosions. And then keep in mind 1982, and they shot it with a camera.
I was going to say, what is this? Is most of this thing
find.
shot on like VHS or Betamax?
Yeah, it looks like the quality is awful, but it's really cool. Like you can see like how much detail they put into like a shot-for-shot remake
Right.
that a kid can do. Like it's really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So I think that'll do it for this week. So, again...
we're so close.
Yeah, we're almost exactly an hour. So, follow us on Twitter at Suburbanites Pod. Follow us on Facebook, or like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Suburbanites Podcast. And tune into our new movie podcast, The Watchmen, a movie podcast of occasionally conflicting opinions, the first Monday of every month. And our first episode is out. We watched The Dark Knight, and next month we're going to be watching Pulp Fiction. So, next month, tune in, watch Pulp Fiction with us, and conflict.
And don't forget www.myspace.suburbanites.com.
It's coming.
It's coming. So thank you very much for listening. I'm Connor.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Nick.
See you next week.